Hey yo everyone, I am Iggy, and this is the next episode in the God of War 2 playthrough. So, let's get to it. Sure, Kratos is now way too OP though. Father of mine defeats Zeus and returned back to time to receive help from Titans. He could go back and, prevent, Athena from dying. Or, prevent himself from killing Athena. Or just... This is why I think I never played the second one, because I don't recall, Kratos being Zeus' son. That is, new to me. I can do something here. No. What should I do? Pull the threads again, or whatever the fuck? Oh yeah, the name of the swords. Where is it? It is still Athena's blade. It was another name. Because if I recall correctly, there's 3 blades. There's the Chaos Blades that is given to him by Ares. And then there's the Athena Blades that is given to him at the end of the... Fuck, what is the name? At the end of the first game. And then you die to Zeus, and then you get another blade, which is not the blades of Athena. And then it's the one that has the red thing around it. Oh, it's just I can yep, this one. It has the red thing around it. Athena's blades has the blue thing. This is no fucking way that this is the Athena's blades. But okay, I guess. Is this going to be the end though, or is there more things that need to be done? I mean, doesn't look like there would be more things. Can I pull the threads again? I mean, this one is mine now? Oh, wait a second, was it this one mine? Yep. Where to then? To the moment where I try to kill Zeus or whatever? Goddamn, I need to go back up there again. That is the... Oh, it's the moment where the Zeus was fighting the Titans. Wait a second, was that how the... I forgot the name of the Titan that was in there. Atlas. Was that how why he said that he met Kratos before? Titties.
We have been expecting you, Ghost of Sparta. The gods are far too powerful for us to defeat now.
All on Olympus tremble at my name. Zeus is weak. Ares and Athena are dead, and I wield the blade. We can win the Great War, but not in this time. Together, we will destroy the petty gods, and we will see Olympus crumble before us. Come with me, Gaia. Return to my time. Victory awaits.
We have faced far worse than this one fallen mortal. But we are the gods. We whom the mortals worship. We who rule over this land. We who will not be swept aside by this petulant fool. Brothers, put aside the petty grievances that have splintered us for so long. We will unite, we will stand together, and I will wipe out this plague. Olympus will prevail.
Zeus, your son has returned! I bring the destruction of Olympus!
Can't believe he said that. Oh shit! Holy fuck! Yeah, I definitely didn't remember this. It could be that I played and completely erased it from my mind, but I don't think so. Sheesh. Oh, it's the same ending from the same credits, like, scene from the first one. But it's probably going to generate a different image though, but it's the same fucking thing. It's just... I don't know, it seems weird. Because it breaks things, if you think about it. Because the Titans being dead, and then Kratos preventing the Titans from dying. What happens then? Like, was Atlas not holding the world on his shoulders? Was, like, the guy that we got the bow from, that I can't remember the name, like, is he not there frozen? This is... It doesn't make much sense. It really doesn't make much sense. I don't know. It is interesting, sure. The ending is nice, but in a way, I don't like him. Like, Kratos going back to get all of the Titans? Just what the fuck? How the fuck? Like, imagine the amount of power. To be... I mean, sure, he's able to... No, he's not. Because the location which was the Temple of the Sisters of Fate, it was crumbling down. When he went inside the... When he went inside the mirror, like, killed the teen and went back. As he came back, the thing was crumbling down. The temple was crumbling down. And then he goes back again inside. But then... It is his thread. He was pulling his own thread. Was he there before? Was he always... What? Was Kratos in the battle against the Titans? Have completed God of War 2, treasures have been unlocked, Blade of Olympus has been unlocked and is upgradable in bonus play. Rank Spartan, would you like to save your progress? Sure. Although it's very likely that it's not going to be kept. Because it is bugging out for some reason. Sure, treasures. Most of the things I didn't unlock. 7 runes, 7 challenges, we will survive the realm, no thanks. The ultimate God of War to experience advanced players and no thanks. Ring of the Face, control your own destiny, wage combat in your own terms, receive title rank and challenge mod to unlock. No, thanks as well. Urns of Power. During bonus play, you can use the urns in your possession. Select from the status menu. Nope. Bonus costume. Kratos plus a fish costume equals the code of... Oh, fuck you. Select the start of bonus play. Nope. Wear armor forged from the scales of the deadly Hydra. More costumes. The path to revenge the Dark One. Beat the game God mod to unlock. Nope. It is possibly going to unlock the God armor that he starts at the beginning. Why be a God of War when you could be a goddess? Beat the game in Titan mode to unlock. In Titan mode to unlock. Is it going to... Could you like be able to play as Athena or something? The classics, never go out of style, beat the game in Titan mode to unlock. It's possibly the armor from the... his clothes from the first game or whatever. Collect 20 Cyclops eyes. I don't know why the fuck I wasn't able to collect these, because sometimes the Cyclops like dropped when I attacked them, when I grabbed them. Sometimes it removed the eyes, sometimes it didn't. You worked so hard to get it the first time, it would be a shame to let it go to waste. Receive God ranking, challenge mod to unlock. Nope. Game movies, high resolution. Watch all the high resolution movies. Most of them weren't. Story formats, watch the in-game. Credits. Yeah, not as much. Just like Titan modes and all those bullshits that I don't care. I would possibly play these. For example, when I play the new God of War, if there's like things like this, maybe I will unlock them. But these, what am I trying to prove and to whom? I can just like look all of these costumes on YouTube or whatever the fuck, how they look or something. I could read what the Urns of Power things are. I mean, most of these things would be good. For example, when it was like in the PS2 era, and then you had bought the game, and then you wouldn't like be buying another game like that soon, and then you keep like playing this one like over and over again to unlock the other things. But I'm mainly playing these for the story, and not much else. High resolution forward. But yeah, I don't exactly like the ending. It is way too exaggerated. It is almost like they were writing the story, and then eventually reaches a point where they just go like, well, we need to release the game soon. So there's like 2 weeks to release this fucking thing, and then they just like, I don't know, putting there in the Kratos just like goes back to the Titans era and just like brings them all back. Just like, weird as fuck. Because for example, in the first one, Kratos is trying to kill Ares so that he can get his revenge. We kind of know that he wanted his revenge because Ares was responsible for having killed his family, or like tricking him into killing his own family. So it makes sense, but we don't exactly know how that happened. Although it could be that in one of the PSP games, oh yeah, there's still the PSP games. I forgot him. I thought that it was going to be like from this one straight to the PS3 one, and it's not. Shit. I thought. Not a problem, because I was going to try and mess with the PS3 emulator to see if it runs properly. As far as I know, it is playable. I don't know if there's way too many like bugs or like emulation issues or whatever the fuck. But as far as I know, playable. You can finish it. Don't know how the performance is going to be. Hopefully good. But then, as for the game itself, it was clearly better than the first one. Like there was like several improvements, but there was several moments in which there was like some puzzles that required way too much out of the player. Because I wouldn't say that I'm exactly dumb. Most of the time I'm able to figure out whatever the fuck it is that is needed. Because, for example, one of the bigger problems, as one of the things that I said, like, I don't think if it... Yeah, the first time that happened, when there was something that you had to break, but the object in itself wasn't blinking, like didn't have that shimmer around it. Like, if the game is going to show me at the beginning of the game, what, look at this, whenever there's the shimmer in here, you need to break this object. Then sure. Why the fuck did it... Most of the time they don't show that in objects that need to be broken, and then some objects that can't be broken, there is the same shimmer as well, and that is like confusing as fuck. And I'm quite sure that it's not an emulation issue, because I never saw an emulation issue that switches places with effects. Like, it makes no sense. So it is like the fact that that happens, it puts in your mind that whenever something needs to be done somewhere, the game is going to show you that you need to do that thing. In the same way, for example, in the last fight with Zeus, when you need to like grab the pillar and hit him with the pillar, it shows a blinking thing. So you know that you need to do that thing with you need to like manipulate that thing. But there were several puzzles and like even bosses that it required you to do something, but there was nothing blinking. There is no indication that you need to do something in any location, which isn't a problem. Eventually you will figure out, but the fact that most bosses, most puzzles, and most situations show you that you need to interact with that item, when the game expects you to interact with that thing, but it doesn't behave as you are used to, you don't know what to do. Because you are, for example, on the Sisters of Fate, like the last sister, nothing blinked showing that I had to pull the chain up. There was nothing showing. So you keep thinking like, well, I need to do something with the boss until for example, the fight with Zeus, when he becomes smaller the first time. There is nothing happening. The only thing that you can do is keep attacking him and keep blocking and attacking him again and again and again, and nothing fucking happens. There is no life bar. There is nothing that indicates to you that the boss is like being affected. Until he's affected, until out of nowhere, after you attacked him like several times, he changes. Like something changes in the fight so that it goes to the next part. So in this last sister fight, when you bring like both of her arms down, nothing fucking happens. Like, you think, well, if both of her arms were down, do I need to hit her? But no, you just, like, there's the blinking thing in there, and then you just, like, pull the thing, rotates all of the ones around, thinking, well, I eventually am going to pull, because, for example, the first lever that you pull is connected to one of the threads. So, as you use that first lever, it tells you, well, you need to rotate the thing so that it connects to the threads. Problem is that what you need to do is not connect to the threads, is connect to the chain and pull the chain up. But there was no moment in which the game showed you that you had to pull the chain. For example, if the first lever was pulling a thread and the second lever was pulling a chain that had nothing on it, like even if like it just like pull the chain and then the chain breaks or whatever the fuck happens, it would show you that with the same item you can affect threads and a chain. So when you exhaust all the threads, you think, well, there's that chain there. Why don't I try pulling it? So specifically because the game is holding your hand on most of the boss fights. So you expected that you need to do something until the game holds your hand again. So you attack both of the hands of the sister of Fate. Both of the hands go down, and then you think, well, she's vulnerable now. And then you attack her, and it hits. Like, it does you have a feedback that it's hitting her, but it's not spilling out blood. So you think, well, I need to maybe keep attacking her until, like, eventually something happens. But then you keep attacking, and nothing happens. So the whole game is full of moments like these, where you think that you need to do something because on previous moments, on previous bosses, puzzles, or whatever the fuck, that was what was expected of you. So the game fails in this part. It's in the same, because, for example, in the first game there was no issue with that. I don't recall having like a problem in this, like in this manner. If whenever there was something that there was a puzzle or something that I had to do, there wasn't as much thingies, like there wasn't as much like feedback, like visual feedback telling you that you should interact with something, besides just like having the levers and like the objects being objects that you know that you can interact with those objects. So because it didn't show you as much, it forced you to, every single time that you didn't know exactly what you had to do, you would explore around to see if you find like something that can be interacted. But on the second one, that doesn't happen. Like, there were like several situations in which there are things that you can interact, but they don't do exactly what you think they might be doing. And it requires you to do something that is not as clear from the get-go. I mean, I understand that it's a puzzle, you need to solve it, sure, but is it really a puzzle when the game just trains you to behave in a certain way and then out of nowhere it expects you to behave in another way? That is not a puzzle. It's just like subversion in a way. And if the game got you used, that it would subvert you every single time, you would like expect that, well, I need to think differently in this location because the game keeps like doing these things to me. But no, that's not what happens. Hopefully on the PSP games and on the PS3 one. No, if I recall correctly, there's 2 games on the PS3. Huh. I don't remember. I am sure that the 3 is on PS3. But I think there's like 2 on the PSP and another one on the PS3 that connects the ending of the second game with the third game or something like that. I don't recall exactly. I think it's God of War Ascension or something like that. I don't remember. Past the second game, past the first game, I knew that the second game existed. I didn't know about the games on the PSP, and I knew that the third game existed because my brother had played back then, and I saw him playing. That was like the extent of my knowledge. Yeah, God of War 2 like improves a lot, but at the same time it is a setback in certain moments, in certain situations. I mean, mostly it looks like, and most of the parts where it is a pain in the ass, it almost seems like it would be fixed if there was more QA made, like, and more tests on in those sectors. It was almost as if it was rushed, or the people playing it were used to those parts, so they just like went straight and didn't think much what a person that didn't know what to do in there would have to do. It is weird. But the story is... I don't know if I can say that the story is better. The story in the first one, I think, is more... It is more... Interesting is not the word that I'm looking for. It captivates you more. Like, it gets your attention. On the second one, not as much. Because on the first game, it was more personal. You were trying to avenge the death of your family caused by your own hands because of a fucking god. Now, you were trying to prevent your own deaths from Zeus. It's just like... It is... I mean, it's personal because it is like... It is directly connected to you, sure. But it's not a story that matters much compared to, like, avenging your family. And the locations were way... crazy, I guess. The locations in the first game were more connected to reality in a way. And the second one was just like completely absurd. There was no... I mean, in a way it makes sense if you look at it with... like, as if it was one of the... a fantastical joining, you know, like from... I think the... like Hercules, like doing the 12... the 12 challenges, I forgot the name exactly. Or... Jason... Was it Jason and the Argonauts? Like stories like that, like they're just like mythical stories and shit. If you look in that way, in which like, oh, he's going to a place and in that place there's things that no human saw. Sure, but it is... I don't think that's what exactly God of War is at its core. God of War is mostly a story of revenge. And now they just put the thing just, oh, you're Kratos' Zeus' son. It's just like, what? Why? Why would... If Kratos is Zeus' son, why would he allow Ares to have a contract with him and fuck him up? Even if he was like... Even if he was afraid of him in a way, why would he then loan his power on the first game? It's just like you see how certain things don't connect, they don't make sense. I don't know. It's not a concise story, I guess. But I want to see what is going to happen on the next ones. Maybe there is like, maybe there could be one of the games on the PSP, like what is the name? Breaches? It breaches, yeah, it breaches that gap in certain moments. Like maybe it is a prequel to the first one, or maybe it connects like the first one with the second one better and like gives a little bit more of an insight or whatever. But there is potential for things to be corrected in a way before like we managed to get to 3. But I could like keep like saying more and more, way more things about it. And I didn't exactly reach the point in which I'm starting to repeat myself. I could say like way more about this. But I don't have the time, exactly. Other things to do. Or I could do. I mean, this is an extended episode by itself. Yeah. I mean, we just gotta see what the rest of the story is going to hold. And we know that eventually, I mean, it is a given on the third one that he like kills everyone, just like destroys Olympus as entirely, because otherwise he wouldn't be on. He wouldn't be in the Nordic mythology and the new ones. Yeah, God of War. God damn it. God of War too. It is the God of War. John God of War. Yep, that's it for now, I guess. There's going to be like after on the next day after this episode, it is going to be the next God of War game. I don't know which one it is though. I'm going to have to look into it. Alright, since I know it's on a PSP, it's very likely that I can find HD textures for it. In the same way that this one has as well. Yep. That's it for now. That's all we have to say about it. See ya. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I see you next time.